This is the deadliest armored fighting vehicle that can destroy all tanks. Heavily armed and armored for combat in close tight streets, the original platform was built on the chassis of a T-72 main battle tank, MBT, and it was armed with 4 9M120 Attica missile launchers, 2 30mm 2A42 autocannons, 2 AG-17D grenade launchers, and a single coaxial 7.62mm PKTM machine gun. The anti-tank missile system can reach targets of up to 6 kilometers, while the Terminator is speedy for its size, and can reach speeds of up to 60 kpm. It is operated by a crew of 5. The Tracked Armored Fighting Vehicle, AFVs, was developed and manufactured by the Russian-based defense contractor QUYYN. Its primary role is to support tanks and other AFVs in urban areas. It was designed based on combat lessons gained during the Soviet-Afghan War and later the First Chechen War. The Terminator, its guardian/hunter role in urban environments, where it can provide fire support for the armor in an offensive, including the task of fighting enemy personnel armed with man-portable anti-tank weapon systems. Second revision has a turret with twin 2A45 30mm autocannons, a coaxial 7.62 PKT machine gun and 4 9M120 Attica missiles in individual tubes. All of the turret-mounted weapons are situated above the gunner and commander. Both the commander and the gunner individual optics, with the commander's panoramic sight sitting on top of the weapons package. The T-72 hull was modified to fit extra ERA armor and 2 30mm AG-17D automatic grenade launchers pointed towards the frontal sector. An important feature for the intended urban combat role was the ability to engage 3 different targets simultaneously. Also, the main guns have an ability to fire to very high angles often encountered near high-rise buildings. This version was sold in small numbers to Kazakhstan and Algeria, but the Russian armed forces didn't place any orders. In 2013, the QUYYN revealed the next iteration of the Terminator, dubbed the BMP-T-72 Terminator 2. This version had a revised turret with more advanced fire control systems and communications equipment. The 4 Attica missiles were also placed into 2 rectangular canisters. The hull layout was revised by removing of the 30mm AG-17D grenade launchers. At the same time, crew was reduced to 3. The hull superstructure was also modified with newer ERA armor and a better sloped design. The BMP-T-72 was offered as an upgrade package to breathe new life into the legacy T-72 fleets that many militaries struggle with. The first actual operational use of the Terminator concept came in 2017, as at least one was sent into Syria to support the government forces. Curiously, this variant had the older BMP-T hull, with the 30mm grenade launchers, combined into the new turret with improved sights and the boxed missiles. Hull was also upgraded with new slat armor modules at the rear and improved ERA layout. The Syrian model was also equipped with bag-mounted add-on armor modules at the sides of the skirts. These modules have been previously spotted on the T-72B3 tanks. Same version with the older grenade launcher-equipped hull, and the new turret was shown at the Russian Army 2017 exhibition. During the exhibition, the Terminator made several combat shows. It was also announced that the version would enter mass production, but exact procurement numbers were not released. Later on, the Terminator made an appearance at the Zapad 2017 exercise operating with the Russian mechanized forces in the Luga region. It's believed that at least one example is now used by the 1st Guards Tank Army. There is also a Terminator 3 version that is based on the T-14 Armata platform. The issues with the T-14 have delayed the introduction of the Terminator 3 into the future. It's unknown if any have actually been ordered so far beyond the single prototype shown in the Victory Day parades. Design history. The history of the BMP-T's development can be traced back to the Soviet-Afghan War. Combat experience during the lengthy war revealed that infantry fighting vehicles, IFVs, like the BMP-1 and BMP-2 cannot fully cope with infantry despite the latter having a high gun elevation. Although main battle tanks, MBTs, possessed a high amount of firepower, the limited elevation and depression of the main gun made them easy targets in mountainous and urban terrain. In the 1980s, the Chelyabinsk tractor plant began designing prototypes for the new concept, early prototypes being Object 781, Object 782 and Object 787. It was evident that a new vehicle concept was needed. The main requirements for this new machine was that it possessed large firepower, a high angle of gun fire, and the protection equivalent to that of an MBT. An additional requirement that was meant to supplement the latter was enhanced protection from close-range handheld RPGs. The need for a vehicle with all these requirements became even more evident during the First Chechen War. When using conventional armor during urban engagements, Russian forces suffered heavy losses in manpower and equipment, including the destruction of an entire mechanized brigade during the First Battle of Grozny. While these losses cannot be entirely blamed on technology, it became clear that a dedicated anti-personnel fighting vehicle would provide valuable assistance in an urban environment. Self-propelled anti-aircraft (AA) guns were pressed as a temporary solution in Chechnya. However, these vehicles were not well armored and did not possess the same obstacle-clearing capability as an MBT. There have been several different prototype designs of a tank support fighting vehicle. For instance, the Object 193A and the Object 745. A mock-up of the Object 199 was shown for the first time in public during the summer of 2000. This vehicle was slightly different from the current design, being armed with only a single 2A 42-30mm gun and with 4 9M133 Cornet missiles located on one side of the turret. The production model of the BMPT was introduced in 2002, which featured the twin 30mm autocannons, the 2 independent 30mm automatic grenade launchers, and the 4 Attica missile launchers. Mission: when used in urban terrain, each main battle tank is deployed with 2 BMPTs. Outside of urban warfare, that ratio is reversed with 1 BMPT protecting 2 main battle tanks. This results from the complexity of fighting in urban terrain and the need for a versatile anti-personnel platform that can engage multiple targets at once and on different height levels. The introduction of such a vehicle makes urban fighting less stressful on MBTs and can relieve them of some of the workload so that they can concentrate on their main objective of engaging other MBT and hardened targets. The BMPT's armor protection is equal to that of an MBT, and its powerful armaments allow it to engage virtually every enemy formation while operating in a common battle formation. Due to the multiple weapons systems found on the BMPT, this vehicle is able to fire at multiple targets simultaneously. These features significantly help increase the combat effectiveness of tank units and decrease their losses from enemy close combat assets. Armament. The armament includes an unmanned turret armed with 4 launchers for the 130mm 9M120 Attica T anti-tank guided missile ATGM, 2 30mm 2A42 with 850 rounds, either 2 AG-17D or 2 AGS 30mm grenade launchers with 600 rounds, 1 7.62mm PKTM machine gun with 2,000 rounds. The BMPT uses the Attica missile to defeat heavily armored vehicles like tanks. The Terminator has 4 Attica ATGM launchers as a set of primary armaments to defeat enemy tanks and infantry. Only 1 missile is carried for each of the launchers without any additional ones stowed away. 2 ATGM launchers are located on each side of the turret. These launchers have an elevation of up to plus 25 degrees. The minimum elevation is minus 5 degrees. Laser beam riding SACLOs is the method of guidance used by the Terminator's ATGMs.